In this lesson, you will find the mean, median, mode, and range of a set of data. Mean, median, and mode are measures of central tendency because they describe the center of data. The mean is the sum of the data divided by the number of items in the set. So you add them all together and divide by the total number of numbers. Median is the number in the middle. So if you put the numbers in order from least to greatest, it's the number in the middle. If there are two numbers in the middle, you'll find the mean or average of those two numbers. Mode is the number that happens the most often in the data set. You could have no mode, you could have just one number as the mode, or you could have multiple numbers as the mode. Range is the difference between the greatest number and the least number in a set of data. Our first example says the ages and years of the people seated at a table are 22, 18, 24, 32, 24, 18. Find the mean, median, mode, and range of the set of data. Well, to find the mean, we're going to take all these numbers and add them together. So 22 plus 18 plus 24 plus 32 plus 24 plus 18. And then we're going to take that answer. So you either need to remember to put this all in parentheses or hit the equal sign and then divide by the total number of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and add this up with my calculator. 22 plus 18 plus 24 plus 32 plus 24 plus 18 equals 138. And then I'm going to take that answer and divide it by 6. And I get 23. Now the median is putting all the numbers in order from least to greatest. So I'm going to start with 18. And then there's another 18. The next smallest is 22. And then we have two 24s. And 32. Now it's a good idea to, once you list all the numbers out, to add them together or count how many you have to make sure you didn't forget any of them. There are 6 numbers in my question and 6 numbers that I've written out. Now to find the one in the middle, you can just kind of take your fingers along the outside and move them towards the center. We have 2 numbers in the middle, so we need to find the number in the middle of 22 and 24. It's probably obvious that that is going to be 23, but if it wasn't quite so obvious, you would find the average of these 2 numbers by adding them together and dividing by 2. Now the mode is the number that happens the most. The number that happens the most in this data set is 18 and also 24. And then the range is the high number minus the low number. So the highest was 32 minus 18. 32 minus 18 is 14, so the range is 14 years. The mean was 23 years, the median was 23 years, the mode was 18 and 24 years, and the range was 14 years. You may want to pause the video and try the next one on your own. The prices of parking at several lots are listed below. Find the mean, median, mode, and range. Round to the nearest cent. So to find the mean, we're going to go ahead and add them all together. $3 plus $2.50 plus $6 plus $5.50 plus $3 plus $4.25. That's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. And I had 6 numbers in my problem, so I know I remembered all of the numbers. And now we're going to take that answer when we add those together and divide it by 6. So I'm going to grab my calculator now and add that together. 3 plus $2.50 plus $6 plus $5.50 plus $3 plus $4.25. And that's going to be $24.25 divided by 6. That's going to be, to the nearest cent, $4.04. It was 4.0416 repeating. So if the number after the 4 was a 1, so we're going to round down, $4.04. Now the median, we're going to put these numbers in order from least to greatest. So $2.50, then $3, $3 again, $4.25, $5.50, and $6. The median is the one in the middle. If you go from the outside edges in, once again we have 2 numbers in the middle. We want to find the number that's in the middle of 3 and 4.25. So we want to add these 2 together. 3 plus 4 and 25 hundredths. That's going to be 7 and 25 hundredths. And now we want to divide that by 2, since there are 2 numbers here that we're trying to find the average of. And we get 3.625. But since we're talking money, to the nearest cent, that's going to be $3.63. The mode is the one that happens the most. The number that shows up the most often in this data set is 3. And then the range is the high minus the low. So the high was 6 and the low was $2.50. $6 minus $2.50 is $3.50. In our next example, it says Spencer has the following scores on 5 quizzes: 90, 85, 80, 75, and 90. If his teacher drops his lowest score, which of the following statements would be true? In order to figure out which one of these would be true, we're going to first calculate the mean, median, mode, and range of the test scores with the lowest score in it, and then we're going to calculate the same things without the lowest score. So, including all 5 scores, the mean is going to be 90 plus 85 plus 80 plus 75 plus 90. And that answer, we're going to divide by 5 since there are 5 scores. So 90 plus 85 plus 80 plus 75 plus 90. That's going to equal 420. And then 420 divided by 5 is 84. The median is the one in the middle, so let's put them in order. The smallest is 75, and then 80, 85, 90, and 90. So the one in the middle is right here, 85. The mode is the one that happens the most, which is 90. And the range is the high minus the low, so 90 minus 75, which is 15. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to throw out the low score. The low score is the 75. So let's go ahead and calculate the mean now. It's going to be 90 plus 85 plus 80 plus 90. But this time we're going to take that sum and divide it by 4 since there's only 4 test scores. So 90 plus 85 plus 80 plus 90, that's going to equal 345. And 345 divided by 4 is 86.25. The median would be the one in the middle when you put it in order from least to greatest. So 80, 85, 90, and 90. This time we have two numbers that are in the middle. So we need to find the average of those two. 85 plus 90 is 175, and then divide that by 2, and we get 87.5. The mode is still 90, and the range is the high minus the low. 90 minus 80 is 10. So now we have to figure out which one of these statements is true. It says the mean would decrease. Well, the mean went from 84 to 86, so it's not that. The median would decrease. Well, the median went from 85 to 87, so that's not true. The mean would increase. It went from 84 to 86.25. I think that's the answer, but just to make sure, let's check this one. The median would not change. The median did change. It went from 85 to 87.5. So the correct answer is B. Now the last example is a challenge question. It says Kim has received scores of 88%, 86%, 92%, and 85% on her math test so far. What would she need to get on her fifth test to have a 90% average? Well, so far, she has an 88 plus an 86 plus 92 plus 85 plus the fifth test that we don't know, so we'll use X for that. When you add all those together and divide by 5, since there would be 5 test scores, you want that average or mean to equal 90. Now, if you wanted to solve this equation, I'm going to go ahead and simplify it first, because in the numerator, we could combine like terms. 88 plus 86 plus 92 plus 85, that's going to equal 351 plus X divided by 5 equals 90. And now if you wanted to solve this equation, the first thing you would undo is this dividing by 5. Since that's the last thing that's been done, that's the first thing you're going to undo. So multiply both sides by 5. And then when you do that, you will end up with 351 plus X equals 90 times 5, which is 450. Now to solve this for X, you would subtract 351 from both sides. And when we go and do that, we have X equals, we can't do 0 minus 1, so we're going to change this 5 to a 4 and make this a 10. 10 take away 1 is 9. We can't do 4 minus 5, so we're going to take 1 away from the 4, make it a 3, and make this 4 a 14. 14 take away 5 is 9, and 3 take away 3 is 0. So the fifth test score would have to be a 99% in order to have an average of 90 on the 5 tests. So it is possible, but it'll have to be a really good test score.